Hi everyone, my name is Aaron Palabyab and this channel is called RideXP. So I've been seeing a bunch of ads on social media lately advertising a CarPlay system that works for motorcycles and ATVs and even golf carts. And it sparked my curiosity a bit. Purely by coincidence, this company happened to reach out to me via email to send me a unit to review, so I figured, hey, why not? So this company, Carpuride, makes several different units with different sizes and feature sets, and I ended up choosing the W603D, which is a 6.3-inch wireless CarPlay and Android Auto touchscreen display with dual 1080p HD cameras, Bluetooth connectivity, IP67 waterproof rating, and it also contains a microSD card. I decided on the W603D to have the cameras and for the narrow screen, which I thought would go better with my Yamaha MT-07. And so this is what it comes with in the box. Now for clarity, there are three W603 models. What I have, the W603D with dashcam but no USB power supply, the W603 with no dashcam but with a USB power supply and light sensing, and the W603B with no dashcam but with USB power and light sensing, and it is compatible with BMW brackets to plug straight into your GS. Every Carpuride device comes with a 30-day unconditional return and 24-month warranty. So why would you want one of these in the first place? Why spend an extra $300 when you could just use your phone on a mount, which is pretty much what everybody does? So, valid question. So this really came about because of specific problems that I've been facing. So I do a lot of long tours, and I've learned the hard way not to use my main expensive phone for navigation. First, the vibrations can wreck the camera, unless you spend extra on a vibration dampener, and even then, that's no guarantee. And second, keeping the screen on and the phone charging in a hot tropical country like the Philippines can quickly and permanently degrade battery life. True story. And third, though most modern mobile phones are waterproof, having them out all day in the rain and dirt isn't ideal. And if water gets into your charging port, that could disable charging for hours, and that's not good when you need the screen on to navigate. Now, you could use wireless charging, but that's another expensive device, and it's even worse for heat than cable charging. So honestly, I've been thinking about how to solve this for many months now. I almost bought the wireless charging solution, but I eventually figured out that the best thing to do was just to periodically plug and unplug my phone and then turn my screen off when I don't need the navigation. So I hope you agree that this was a situation that was in need of a real solution. Another reason, specifically for choosing the W603, was to have both front and rear dash cams running constantly. Having that is almost an essential in a country like the Philippines with chaotic traffic and lots of really bad car and motorcycle drivers. You can save yourself a lot of headaches if the worst does happen by having video proof that an accident was not your fault. And a dash cam runs all the time, and it's more economical and convenient than using an action camera. And then lastly, this specific device has a handy thumb controller and also enables the use of Siri when you use it with your helmet intercom, so that minimizes my need to operate the touchscreen, creating another level of safety. So let's install this device and then try it out to see if it lives up to its promise. So the Carpuride W603 should be relatively easy to install for anyone with basic mechanical and electrical inclination. Having neither, I decided to have it installed professionally at my trusted shop, Reborn & Co. And this turned out to be a great idea because they put in so much effort to do it well. And I'll let the video play out so you get an idea of the best way to mount it on a bike like the Yamaha MT-07. So first things first, we installed the touchscreen display on the handlebar. Reborn's mechanic Charlie was fastidious with his routing and organization of the cables from start to finish. I also happened to install a wider handlebar and risers beforehand on the MT-07, giving me more space for the screen and the bar controls. Next, Charlie installed the front and rear cameras. Out of the box, the cameras come with a 3M adhesive mount. This will work, but it wasn't good enough for Charlie, and he spent a lot of time figuring out how to instead use the existing bolts on the MT-07, coupled with their own mounts, so that I have additional security and never have to worry about the adhesive failing and the cameras falling off in the middle of a hard ride. So we went with this spot on my tail fender. So Charlie even loosened some of the fender bolts and removed some fairings to have the cleanest, most hidden routing of the cables from the rear camera. Then he routed the wires underneath the fuel tank to connect to the touchscreen display. Notice now that we have clearly labeled wires coming from the W603 and its camera, so you know exactly what plugs in to where. Should be really easy. Figuring out the best camera placement in front took some time. In the end, we went with this spot by the headlight as the best compromise. Next step was to connect all of this to my motorcycle battery. The red power wire from the screen connects to the positive terminal of the battery via one of the fuses. This required a bit of wiring. Then the black ground wire is connected straight to the negative terminal. Again, Charlie made sure to cleanly route the power cable underneath my fuel tank and in the end bundled these many cables together cleanly underneath my instrument cluster. With everything hooked up, it's time to switch on the bike and test the device. It worked on the first try.
Masyado mong mababa. Paano papunta? Pa-clockwise pa.
Connecting my phone and enabling CarPlay proved to be effortless. Once it was running, it picked up exactly where I left off from my last CarPlay usage in my car, opening the same apps. And then we'll just wait for it to... And there! CarPlay is connected seamlessly. So, basically, everything works fine. Now, on my ride home from the shop, I already appreciated the additional level of safety and awareness provided to me by having the rear camera feed take up the entire screen. Definitely a big help in chaotic and unpredictable Manila traffic because it's not always easy to see if another vehicle is tailgating you. Okay guys, so just let me take you through the entire kind of operating system and basically how to work the Carpuride. So what I've already done is also connected my phone to my Bluetooth headset here so I can show you how it interacts with the Bluetooth headset and the whole CarPlay system. So as you saw before, I had already previously paired my phone with this, so it should automatically pull up CarPlay anywhere from a few seconds to a couple of minutes. So here's the main menu. Dashcam is fired up. And in a bit, this should show CarPlay automatically. There, it starts recording. And there, you've got our Waze already pulled up, CarPlay automatically fired up. That's really convenient. So this basically is no different from your CarPlay in your car. It actually picks up where you left off if you were using CarPlay in your car. Now, if you want to go back to the main operating system menu of Carpuride, all I have to do is use this convenient control panel. So this is definitely safer to operate while you're riding than touching the screen. You press home, and there it takes you back to this main screen. Now you see these buttons here, they don't actually really do much. They're just kind of there to like guide you. So this is the button for CarPlay. It goes to CarPlay because I'm already connected to CarPlay. If it's not connected to CarPlay, it shows you how to connect CarPlay. This is for Android Auto. So I'm connected to CarPlay right now, but I would also show you directions to connect Android Auto. Wi-Fi video also just gives you directions to use their app, to download their app, so you can view the dashcam videos conveniently on your phone. Let's check audio. So we're actually already connected to the Bluetooth headset. So this button here also just basically shows you user. So it doesn't really do much. I think it's just a guide because the audio from here is already routing to my Bluetooth headset via my phone. Let me quickly test that. So I don't know if you can hear it through my helmet comms, but it's already playing the audiobook audio to the speakers on my Bluetooth headset. So this system is really best used with a Bluetooth intercom system. So you can use this to control the taking of calls, but have the audio, of course, not on your phone, but on your headset. But if you're not in the call mode, you can use this to cycle between the current dashcam display and CarPlay. Use this button to take a photo from the current dashcam display, which you can review later. I'll show you how to do that. Let's go back to home. So this button switches between home and CarPlay. This button switches between the current camera and your last screen. So it's just last screen, whether this or CarPlay, and the current camera. Personally, I prefer to always use the rear as the current camera because that gives me the most helpful view. Okay? So you can just swipe between these displays, go back to home. So if you want to go back there, again, you tap this, and you swipe between the displays. So let's go back to home. If I want to watch a dashcam video, we can see, so the photos I just took, I can see them here. Channel 1 is the front camera, channel 2 is the rear camera. And same goes for the videos. So I can play them back here. Obviously, nothing's happening. So I'll review these videos on my phone later to check the quality. Locked videos are kind of like marked or favorite videos. And you can lock videos while recording by tapping here. So it's going to lock on the current recording. And the recording loops in segments of 1 minute, so you can change that. And I think I can lock a video by pressing a button. Is it this one? No, that's the photo button. Okay, now let me take you through the settings and mention something really important. Stopping the recording. So here, brightness, I prefer to have it on auto brightness, of course. Assistive touch, that's on. Clear connections is useful if you want to connect like a new device, because if you have existing devices connected, it's hard to connect your current device. This is useful because you can switch it to rainwater mode, which I think makes it a little bit less sensitive so that raindrops don't just easily trigger the touchscreen. For now, we're just going to normal. Now, this is important for you to know. Don't mess with the camera format and record resolutions that are set with a device, because I've tested it and it doesn't work. It kind of makes it like, it makes the video glitchy, and I've been told by Carpuride that this is just because the system is only set to use these settings, which are basically 1080n. So don't mess with these. I guess that's just some kind of part of the OS. Split time. So this just means that every video clip is a minute long. And I guess the purpose of this is so that you can easily find the relevant clip you need. Like, if you know you have to review something, you got into an incident, but you can easily find it just by checking the timestamps on the clips. Microphone, turn on or off. Of course, I'd leave that on. And this is allowing you to mirror the rear image. So this is useful when you're watching here, because then everything becomes like what's on the left of the screen is on your left. So it's important to leave this on if you're using the rear camera as sort of your rear view mirror. And then the system, language, date, time, storage info. So here, date, time, you can actually, I know that you can make this automatically set using CarPlay, but I forget how. Of course, English. You can use this to format the onboard micro SD card. And so that's about it. It's actually simpler than it looks. A lot of these buttons are just like guides. So see, what happens when you don't have anything connected is CarPlay just becomes a guide on how to connect your CarPlay. And same thing. See, it's just a guide on how to connect Android Auto. And then Wi-Fi video. It just shows you a guide that you can use this QR code to download this app from which you can watch the dashcam videos on your phone. So let's do that right now. Okay, I've downloaded the Vidviewer app. There you go. And then the password is, of course, okay, we're connected. And now, let's go back here. Did it work? Okay, there. Awesome. I am now viewing the live feed from my dashcam. What I can do is check the files. So let's look at the files that I had from when I was actually moving. So see what I mean here. Since it records every minute, you can look for the precise minute something happened for easy review. And it's conveniently labeled F for front and B for back. So it's actually easier to review videos, to find and review a specific video on your phone rather than having to look for it in the system. So it's good to have this option. So let's check my rear camera here. Oh my god, it's playing inside my so the recorded audio is playing super loud inside my helmet intercom speakers, but it's good to know that you can listen to the audio inside your helmet speakers. So there. So looking at this, video quality is decent. I wouldn't use it for content, but it's nice to have it. Hey, it works. And I can choose to download it to my phone here. So I'll download this so that I can show you guys on screen now what the quality actually looks like when you download the file. So let's download this so I can show you guys the quality on my computer via my phone. Now the reason I don't want to remove the actual micro SD card from here is that because it's actually screwed, the cover screwed in there for security. So you don't want to have to remove it unless you have to, because then you need to use tools. And of course, you can use these handlebar mounted controls to answer and end calls if you're using CarPlay. The manual says that you have to tweak the settings in your phone to route your call audio from the phone to your Bluetooth headset. But for me, the audio went to my intercom automatically on the first try. And if you want to, you can manually turn the unit on or off by holding the top button for 5 seconds. So of course, I tested the navigation on a short ride to and from a shop for my MT-07's exhaust, and it worked without a hitch. Basically no different from my car's built-in CarPlay. About that screen, it looks really good. I guess could be brighter at its max setting, but it's still visible enough even at midday in a tropical country. The screen adjusts brightness automatically, and I find resolution and quality pretty good, with the only thing lagging being the screen refresh rate, which is pretty low. However, I didn't really mind this, as it's quite important to look at your screen as little as possible when riding a motorcycle. Given the price of the W603 at $299.99 US, and even less with the discount code at the end, I'm not inclined to complain much about it. Unfortunately, I don't have an Android phone to test the unit on, so I won't be able to tell you how well it works in Android Auto, but I think it should be fine. So overall, first impressions, I like the Carpuride W603. It's got a sharp and bright enough display and all the features you need at a decent price. It does the job you expect of it, and I didn't have any trouble at all getting it to work. It records video and provides full CarPlay functionality while being easy to install and operate. Based on initial tests, I didn't find anything to dislike. If you'd like an update after living with it for a longer time and many more miles, do let me know and then come back to this video in a few months. And I will post and pin a comment with more information if anything does come up. So if you want to get your own Carpuride unit, whether the W603 or another model, you can get one with a big 30% discount at this time of posting by using my code ERNPALABIAB, spelling on screen, at checkout from the Carpuride website. Links will be in the description and first comment. I also left a link to purchase from Amazon for your convenience, but do note that my discount code won't apply there. I tried it. So of course, every purchase you make contributes a small amount to my channel at no extra cost to you. I do hope this was helpful. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, if you have any experience with this device, if you've encountered anything that maybe I should have mentioned, or if you want the aforementioned update in the future. So with that, thank you for watching and ride safe out there.